For my spring fishing, it's a little bit difficult to know how much bait to put in. What I've found over the last few years is this time of the year, putting in a lot of bait in the spring can work really well, you know, and it has done for me in the past. But sometimes I think maybe not fishing exactly over that bait can be the one. So if you can get down to the lake a couple of days before, put a bit of bait in, you know, leave it a couple of days. You know, this can't work for everyone, obviously. People can't always get down to the lake. Some lakes you're not even allowed to bait up. But if you can get down a couple of days before the session and put some bait in, maybe a kilo, maybe the 2 kilo, you know, the fish, the birds are going to dive on it. But you want the birds diving on it. I'm sure that the carp see the birds diving on it, and it does create some disturbance, and it will encourage the fish to feed on bait. And then what I would do, this is my perfect way of fishing in the spring, 2 or 3 kilos, leave it for 2 or 3 days, no lines in the water, go back down there and just fish hook baits. This has caught me loads and loads of fish in the past. I have to say, at certain lakes and certain times of the year, baiting heavy in the spring can be brilliant. If the fish are hungry and they really want to feed, then it can be brilliant. But also when the hatches are coming up, the fly hatches, and there's a lot of natural foods around in the spring all coming off the bottom, then it can go against you, and just single hook baits can be the way forward. So I would play around at this time of the year by maybe fishing 1 rod on a single, you know, to one part of the lake, 1 rod with a kilo over the top, 1 rod with maybe just 50 baits over the top, and then just start to feel your way around the lake and just to see which one starts to work. But I'd always still put a bit of bait in when you go home, or not too much, a kilo, 2 kilos. You've got to start introducing it. You've got to start letting them see it on the bottom, let the birds dive on it, you know, let them see it on the bottom, let them move around it, and it's going to encourage them. Also, what you'll do find this time of the year is one day there'll be a lot of natural food, the next day there might not, and then the following day there might be a lot. This is what I've found at a lake that I fished over the last 4 or 5 years. It fluctuates. One day you'll be catching over 3 or 4 kilos, and in the next session it'll be a hook bait. So you really do have to play around with what you're doing. The good thing is we're all using 2 or 3 rods, so we've all got a good chance. Once you suss it out, then start plugging away at maybe singles, maybe fishing over a kilo, and you know, that's the beauty of having 2 or 3 rods. You can really start playing around with techniques, and you can fine-tune stuff.